Well, today's September 24th, 2023. It's a Sunday. And yesterday we moved hay bales. And my project today is to take those two bales off that trailer with my tractor. But first I got to unhook it. Unhook the tractor from the trailer and then hook my spear to the tractor so I can get them off. So, and then during my first trip from the hayfield, I made the mistake of adding 2 extra bales to the top of those six that I usually carry. And of course, halfway home, the rear tire on this side blew out. Coming down the hill over there on the road. But the other tire managed to hold everything up. So on my second trip, I only hauled 6 bales, but the tire still held. So I was lucky for that. That tire in front was good. Now I noticed that the tire that blew out was a white wall, had a white wall, so it was probably original to the trailer. It's probably old, that's why it blew out. But the one in front doesn't have a white wall, so I probably replaced that a while back. Anyway, the tires on the other side are both white walls, so they're probably old too, so I'm lucky they didn't blow out. But anyway, that's beside the point. Right now I gotta get those bales off of there, put them with the others, and then like I said, unhook the tractor, put the spear on, and then I'm going to take the truck, I'm going to take the ball off this tractor, the hitch ball, and I'm going to put it on the truck, and I'm going to, before I unload the bales, I'm going to hook up the truck to the trailer. And then after I take the bales off, then I'm going to take the truck and pull the trailer around the front of the house there, in the driveway, so I can work on changing that tire. That's what I will be doing today, changing that tire. And I'm lucky, it's pretty cool today. Comfortable anyway, not too humid. And it's overcast, so there's no bright sun. So let me get started on this job for today. First thing I'd have to do is, I carry that with me, that wooden block I put together. That's for my jack stand. That's so I don't have to crank it down so far into the ground. That way it's just like a spacer. Anyway, I'll take care of that. And there's the tire that you can't see the white wall anymore because I think the tire is gone. I think it fell apart. Because like I said, halfway home, halfway back from the hayfield, which is probably 2 miles, so the tire blew, and then I kept going because I could still pull it, so I kept going. And oh, there's a piece of the tire right there. Yeah, there's a piece of the tire. Oh, yeah, there it is. There's the tire. What's left of it. Yeah, look at that. It's got wore out. Like I said, I kept using it. I kept driving it, and then to bring it home, the 8 bales, the first load, and then I decided, well, heck with it. We got to haul bales, and I can haul. That one tire carried 8 bales for a mile, so I figured it could carry another 6 bales for 2 miles. And then since I couldn't carry the 8 bales on the second load, I had 2 bales left over, so I carried them, and I figured I could carry that. And I can unload with my tractor on this front part because it's lower. I probably couldn't do it over here. I couldn't get it high enough. I might be able to drag it off, but probably not. But anyway, that's my job for today, taking that tire off and taking these bales off. I got a spare. I think I had that spare changed not too long ago because it was bad. So that's a lot better than that one. Yeah. Anyway, I'll replace it as long as I don't think I ruined the rim. Yeah, because if I would have ruined the rim, the the inner tube would have been shredded too. Let me go to the other side. I want to check those tires. Oh, this is the spare tire. Yeah, it's a pretty good tire. I don't think I bought it new. I think I got it used for this old trailer. Okay, let me show you. See these tires here. I don't know how old they are, but they've got the white walls on them, which means they were probably original to the trailer. And they're kind of cracked too. Sidewalls are a little bit cracked. Yeah, they're probably old. Yeah. I can't see the other one. No, it's buried. Anyway, I built this. This used to be a camper. Used to be a camper on here. And we used it for a couple of years, maybe 3 or 4. And I decided, well, I'm not using it anymore. And it's old, and it was leaking. And the raccoons got in, tore everything up. I had it parked out in the woods, up on my pasture. I think it's just, yeah, up where my corral is now. And well, like I said, it wasn't being used for anything. It was falling apart. So I tore the camper part off. Yeah, I just tore it off. This years and years ago. And I said, well, I started to use round bale, so I needed something to carry round bale. So I built this. Initially, I didn't have these boards on top. I just had something else below. But over the years, those boards got rotten because they weren't treated. And so I put these on top. And it's doing pretty good now with those boards on top. But I had to box in those wheels. I had to box in the wheels. So I don't know. I'm not sure how I'm going to get the tire off. I have to jack it up pretty high. Yeah, I'll figure that out when I get it over in front of the house. Okay, let's get on with the job there. This job starts with this. Jacking that up, and then taking this out over to the front, the tractor to the front, put the ball from there onto the truck, and then back the truck in here and hook this up. And then I can use the tractor once the truck's hooked up to it. Then I take the tractor and take these bales off. Because if I don't have something hooked to it, I'm afraid when I take back into those, I don't want to push the jack off the block. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do that. Okay, let's get started. Well, I got it jacked up. I got to start the tractor and move it in front of the house where my spear is, and then take that ball off the drawbar and put it on the truck. And then I'll bring the truck here and hook this up. Then I'll put the bale spear on the back of this tractor. Then I'll bring the tractor back here and take these bales off and put them over there with the other ones up in front of the house. Okay, let me get the tractor started. Now to hook this bale spear to the 3-point hitch. Those 2 points at the bottom and that one thing on the top. I forgot what that's called. It's called something. I think it's called the third arm or something. Anyway, I'm gonna hook that. Brought my tractor back. I'm ready to unload the bale, but I have to go get my truck and oh shoot, I gotta take the ball off. Oh, I got my wrench on the tractor, so that's good. I'll take that off, carry it back to the truck, put it on, bring the truck back, and hook the truck up to the trailer. That'll work. Well, I got the truck hooked up to it. Yeah. I'm ready to take the first bale off. I'm not going to go this way. It's too bumpy. I could go that way, but it's just as easy to go back around my house, go out that way. It's just a nicer road. And then I can come back same way and get this one off the other side. The reason I parked here because this is a high ground, high and somewhat level, and it was easier to take the bales off from this location. Okay, let's move the bales now. Yeah, this is the only spot on the trailer that I can reach the bale with my spear. And even then it's kind of on an angle, but at least it holds it up. I'm probably going to set it down here, pull up, and back in more straight. I don't want my spear on an angle like that. The bale might fall off. Okay, let me reposition it. That's a better connection to the bale. And can hold it better. I don't know why, but it seems like the bales are bigger this year. I'm going to have to measure it. It's supposed to be 5 by 6. No. Is it 5 by 6? Yeah. 5 by 6? Yeah, 5 across. No, 5 by... I thought it was 5 by 5. Oh, I'm going to have to measure. I thought I was supposed to be 5 by 5. 5 foot, yeah, 5 foot, 5 foot. I wonder if they got a new baler. Well, this is my driveway behind my house. It goes up to the garage to the front of the house. So, let me take it up there. I'm going to put it on the left side of those green things. That'll be great. Well, all the bales are stored where they belong. 16 there, 4 here, I mixed 20. And 22 from the second, these are all from the second cutting, and 22 up at the top pasture in the storage area up there. Okay, I parked my tractor there. I was going to drive through here, but I decided I'm going to drive through here because I want to make this turn. I'm going to drive through that gate and come through here. I think I'll fit. Then I'm going to drive down there because I want the trailer right about in there somewhere where I can work on it. I can get to good access to the tire from there. Okay, let's do that. I'll leave it hooked up to the truck while I'm working on it. Now you can get a better look at the tire now. It was just too old to hold up to the extra weight. Okay, let me move the truck and trailer around to the front. See how easy that fits through there? That's a 16-foot gate, so there's plenty of room on both sides for me to fit. Yeah, I designed it that way. Yeah, I'll fit good. Look at that. Look at the tire sticking out behind there, underneath there. The inner tube anyway, on the back tire. I'm just glad these 2 old tires on this side didn't blow out. Yeah, I was lucky with that. If both sides would have blown out, I would have been in trouble carrying that much weight. Okay, let's move on up the road. Well, I'm barely squeezing through there, yeah, that's a tight fit there. I should have came through here, but you know, I just thought I could do it better this way. Anyway, that's a tight fit, but I'll fit. And then this side is tight too because of that T-post, but I'll still fit. I'll make that turn. And then I'm going to swing wide and come down that way. Because when I get done with the tire, changing the tire, I gotta drive back around. Well, maybe not. Because when I get done, I'm gonna back it back in there, because that's where I park it, underneath this, in this corner. Back in there against that tree there. Right in through there somewhere, yeah. That's where I park it lately. I used to park it, I used to park it where the tractor is now. I parked it there for a couple of years. And before that I parked it, well, where can I show you? Oh, across the pond. Across the pond there's a clearing before that neighbor's mailbox. There's a clearing there. I could back all the way in to there. I even got some concrete pads on both sides for it. But while I had it parked over other places, a couple cedar trees grew. Now I can't get it back in there unless I cut the cedar trees out. So I'll probably cut them down someday. But that's where I normally would park it. Actually, I think I started parking the cattle trailer there. Yeah, that's what it was designed for. But after I got this trailer, then I started parking it there. It's out of the way. It's easy to drive in, and it's right in line with the pond dam. But it's on the other side of the fence, so that's good to go in and out. Anyway, that's another story. Okay, let me pull up and start working on the tire. Well, here's the tire. Yeah, there's nothing left to it. Nothing left. Okay, I got it jacked up. I got it jacked up, and I put some WD on the nuts. And I gotta get my what is it? The cross thing where you take the nuts off. Lug nuts, yeah, the lug nuts off. Shaped like an X. Okay, let's do that. Not sure, but I think that bird that had a nest with the egg that fell out of it just the other day when I was trimming those branches to get this trailer out. I think it's a mockingbird. It's been singing all morning. Hear it? I don't see it, but it's there somewhere. Oh, what's it saw me? Huh? Oh, there it is. It's on top of that tall tree over there. See it? The very top on the left. Yeah, the top of that tall tree. Very top. Yeah. It's singing all morning. I wonder if that was the one that had the nest there. Why would any bird be making a nest in September with an egg? I don't know. Maybe their seasons are screwed up too. Okay. Back to my work. Too much talking, making the bird shut up. Yeah. Guess I don't sing its song. I better stop. Okay, back to work. I gotta get something out of the truck. Oh, I remember what that thing's called. It's called a tire wrench, I think. Tire wrench, yeah. It's a wrench that takes off the nuts. Lug nuts. Okay. Yeah, that's what it's called. A tire wrench. Or that's what I'm calling it. Well, I'm going to try to loosen them. I may have to jam something under. Oh, that leak there is the oil or the WD that I sprayed on the nuts. That's what's leaking down. I may have to jam something underneath the rim if it starts spinning. I got some boards here I can jam in if I need to. I also put a brace over here. I had a brace on the end, support, in case the jack failed. But I think one there would be better. Closer, something closer to the tire. So I just might remove that one. Okay, let me see if I can get them nuts off. There's only 4. It's a funny tire that's only got 4 nuts on it. Today is still September 24, 2023, and I had to lower the jack down. I had to lower the jack a little bit to set this rim on some blocks of wood because it kept spinning. So I'm gonna, once I get the nuts loosened up, then I can jack it up again to get the rim off and the tire rim with the tire, because all the rim does right now is spin so freely. So let me see if I can get it off now. I got some weight on that rim. Well, I couldn't loosen it with this. I couldn't get any leverage underneath there. There's not enough room to get any leverage because of these boards, this platform I got on here. But I was able to get that wrench on, and then I used my big hammer to hit it down. So I got it loosened up anyway. So on to the next one. I'll do that one next. Well, I got that one loose too. Now I got to jack it back up, spin the rim around to get the other, that one there, and the one on top. If I can see it, I can't even see it from here. Those two, I need to spin them around and get them on this side, on the right side, like these two were. Okay, now I'm ready to loosen these two. I've got the other two out. I got them down there, and I'm going to get those two loosened now. Well, I got all 4 lug nuts off. Now I got to take the rim off. I think I felt it was loose anyway. Well, I got the tire off, the old tire. And there's the hub. I think at least I didn't ruin nothing. I think the rim's still good. That tire, yeah, that tire's pretty good shape. I didn't know, yeah, I'm sure I think I replaced that tire and the spare tire at the same time. Yeah, that one probably went flat before, but I don't think I had a load on it when it did. Okay, like I said, tire's off. That's half the battle. And the springs look good, so I didn't break any springs. It's just the tire went flat. At least I didn't break springs on this one. Okay, let's get this out of here and get the spare tire off. I'm gonna take this off. I got one nut. The other bolt on the side there, that's just it's not fastened. It just goes through the hole to hold that tire in place, so I don't wobble or don't shake around when I'm driving, or slide back and forth, basically. Yeah. Spare off. That's a pretty good tire. And those are the things that were holding it on, except for that wrench. That's what holds it on to that thing there. I'll put them back on because I'm not going to put the spare back on until I get the blown tire fixed. But this is pretty good. Seems wider. Seems wider than the old ones. Oh, maybe not. There's the old ones on this side. Yeah. Looks like they got a hump in the middle. Yeah, looks like oh boy, looks like they're weak too. If I was smart, I'd probably have them replaced also, but knowing myself, I'll probably let them blow out first. That's my way, I guess. What's the old saying? Don't fix it if it ain't broke, or if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's me. I'll fix it when it's broke. But anyway, I'm glad I got a good tire on the spare, and the air's already pumped up too, because I pumped it up when I pumped up the other ones before I use the trailer. Okay, let's roll that over there and see if I can put it on. Okay, let's give it a try. For the hard part, trying to tilt that tire up in there and slide it in that little, behind that board there. There's the, by the way, there's the old tire. Yeah, it's, well, I guess it survived. I don't think the inner tube's any good. Nothing's good. Look at that stem. Yeah, the stem's broke anyway. Right there. Yeah, tire and inner tube. I don't know what that costs. Inner tube probably $10, $20. Tire, I don't know what a tire costs nowadays. It's going to be used anyway. I think that's a used one, and so is that one there. But at least I think these are better than the two on the other side. So if anything blows out in the future, it'll be that side. It'll be the opposite side with the old white walls on there. Okay, let's get working on that. Get this job done. Time. Well, at least I've been lucky though. Lucky today. I wasn't lucky with the tire blowing out, but at least today is a nice, well, I wouldn't call it cool, but cooler. It's not as hot. How about that? It's probably around 80, and it's overcast, so there's no direct sunlight, and I'm not sweating too much. So I guess I'm lucky that it's not too sunny, or it's not sunny at all. It's just overcast skies. So I'm lucky that I'm lucky in that respect. That I got more comfortable temperatures to work in. I got one nut in. Tire went in okay. Okay, let me see. I may have to lower the thing a little bit, but I think I'll just raise the tire up to get that other nut in on the bottom. Oh, I got her on. I got to tighten the nuts up yet. I have to do that with the other wrench and hammer. Yeah, I tightened it up as much as I could with the tire wrench. The tire spins good, so no harm was done to the hub. It was just a blowout on the tire. Luckily this tire was able to hold it all up by itself. That looks like a narrow tire. Yeah, look at, yeah, that's a narrow tread compared to this one. This one is a wide tread. But anyway, as long as they hold it up, that's all I care about. All right. Okay, let me tighten it up with the other wrench. Oh, I was really lucky. As soon as I got done, as soon as I finished, the sun came out stronger. It's still a little overcast, but every once in a while there's a bright spot of sunlight. You could feel the heat. Oh my God, under my carport now. All I gotta do now is back it into my parking spot back there, because I won't need it no more this year. Okay, oh, I gotta pick up my rug. I always keep a rug in the back of my truck. It's an old rug, and I use it as a workstation on my tailgate when I get the tailgate down, because I don't like to hear metal hitting metal, like metal tools or anything I'm using. I don't like the sound of, or the feel or sound of metal hitting metal, so I throw them on my rug there. Even the buckets, I like to have the buckets on something so they don't slide around too much either. Anyway, that's just my preference. And I had the old rug, so I might as well use them. Well, all I could do, yeah, look at the sun now. See, so you can see the shadow on the wood there, of the wood on top, casting a shadow above the tire. Yeah, I was really lucky. I had shade all morning. Yeah, it's around 1 o'clock now. 1 p.m. Yeah, I was lucky. Well, like I said, all I gotta do now is back it in, and I'll pull the truck up. I'll maneuver it I'll back the truck up down, or trailer down there, pull up in here, and then back it. I've done it before. Okay, anyway, that's my new parking spot. So it's out of the way, and it's out of the way. Okay. All right. I'll be back after I get it parked. It's still September 24, 2023, and the Highland cattle are grazing away down in the bottom down there behind my house. Here's a better view of my equipment. Yeah, Dad never liked it when we called his stuff junk. We always called it his junk. Anyway, that's my dad's sycamore, 9-footer. I used a few times after I had problems with my 7-foot, which is over there by the truck. Anyway, this is the back side of my equipment storage area. That old hay wagon has seen better days. The bed is all rotten. There's a couple of lawnmowers over there. Riding lawnmowers. I had to give them up. And there's the old hay rake. Got a better view of it now. International. I bet it would still work. Yeah, that sycamore still works. Might need a new belt. Yeah, might need a new belt. Been a few years since I used it. My brother wants me to bring it back. I said, well, you can come and get it. Okay, and then this is my old Ford baler. Yeah, I bought it at an auction. I think I said that before. I bought it at an auction when he retired, just down the road. Now his son raises a lot of hay and alfalfa hay and cattle. I think he sells it to horse farmers, horse ranchers, or horse breeders, or somebody. Anyway, he sells it. His main crop is alfalfa. Good stuff. But I don't get that far into it. My grass alfalfa is just right for me. Okay, and then there's my sycamore. There's my 7-footer. I bought that myself at an auction or somewhere, a farm auction. And I used it for many years, but I forget what went wrong with it. I think I fixed it already. I think I already fixed it. I'm trying to remember what went wrong with it. Something I forget. I forget why I stopped using it. There was a reason. I can't remember what it was. Something where it, well, anyway, I'd have to hook it back up and see if it works. But I think I got it fixed before I stored it away like that. Anyway, here's the trailer. I got it back then. That was my goal today, get that tire fixed on the other side. I've got to keep an eye on these old tires here next year, because they're not getting any younger. As long as I only haul 6 bales on it like I usually did. I was pushing it too far this year, trying to haul 8. Yeah. Anyway, if it had good tires on it, like the other side now, it probably could haul 8. But I ain't gonna trust these tires again. Not unless I replace them, which I could do, but I only use it once, twice a year. Well, anytime we got bales to move from the hayfield. Anyway, these are all the cedar limbs I cut off to get my tractor in here the other day, just to pull this out, because they were all hanging down low. And these here are hanging down low too. I wanted to store some hay back in here, but I can't get I'd have to come in with something to cut all these off. I think I'm going to back my truck in here and use my short ladder to cut them off like I did on the pasture road. That worked out pretty good. I think I can reach high enough to get most of these cut down. And then eventually I'm going to throw these across the fence like I did over there. I threw some over there because the cattle seem to like to eat those. Not a whole lot, but they like to eat them, or at least scratch their head on them. Anyway, my job was done today. That's my job for today, is to get that tire fixed on the other side, which I did. And then I backed it in here. I got to jack it up. This is my, I call this my winter storage. Here's where they came and trimmed last fall. Trimmed this cedars out. And then on this side, yeah, see this one that's leaning right here? The one in the middle of those three, right behind the baler. The one that's leaning, right there, the one in the middle there, the one that's leaning. It was leaning way. It was really tall, and it was leaning against the wire. And every time the wind blew strong from the west, oh, I could see it pushing on the wire. So I requested that somebody come and trim it. Took them like I don't know, 9 months for them to get something done on it, but they got it, and now I'm satisfied until the next storm, of course. Okay, like I said, I'll unhook that and I'm done for today. Yeah, and I got the bales stored there. Oh, one thing I got to do yet. I'm gonna put a well, like I said, I fenced in my front yard there this spring, so I didn't have to, because I wanted the cattle to eat the grass instead of mowing it with my lawnmower. Worked out pretty good. There's a few spots that they didn't eat, but that's true in any pasture. But I'm going to stretch the fence from that, right next to the bales there, that T-post with the white jug on it, on the right. I'm going to stretch a wire from there back to, about the middle of that wagon. There's a T-post on that fence over there, and I'm going to put a couple of T-posts in the middle. I'm going to have, right now I got a fence on the outside of the bales, but I'm going to leave that one there, but I'm going to do another fence here so I can reopen that area for the cattle to eat grass. Why mow it when I can let the cattle eat it? Only place I can't let them in is my driveway, because it needs to stay open. So I have to mow it once in a while or spray it. Anyway, I'll stretch the fence there. That won't take long. This one little wire and a couple T-posts and I'm done. Anyway, let me hook that up. Oh, look, I got it in the same spot. Look at that. That's almost the same spot as it was before. How about that, huh? See that bare spot in the ground? That's where that block of wood goes. Pretty cool. I backed up pretty good. Yeah, 6 bales on this is plenty. I'm not going to push it anymore. And I cleared some room out behind there. I had all these limbs there from these other cedars, and I need to get back to it. When I get my spare tire fixed, I need to get back there and reattach it. That's my gate to my bottom pasture from the road. I can access it from the road. And I don't know when I did it, maybe last year or the year before last year, I forget. I think it was last year. I put this fence up. This fence used to come up the hill here, go under these cedar trees, go to like where the end of my truck is, then go across the back side of those cedars over there, on this side of those cedars, and then continue on around. But like I said, I wanted to have a place to store this thing, and I was hoping to store some bales over here, and so I decided, I'm going to fence it from there down to here, and it's working out pretty good. I can come in here and mow it once in a while, maybe twice a year, just when it gets too tall. Yeah, it's not a lot of pasture, but it's enough for a few cattle. Yeah, it's enough for a few. It's all bottom, so the grass grows good down there. Only thing is, it's hard to maintain the fence, though. I don't know if I'll ever put barbed wire on this, but I probably should if I put any other kind of cattle besides Highland in here. But I just keep the Highlands up here. I'll keep them isolated. I bring the bull up. But now that I know the bull's a fence jumper, now I'm thinking if I need to put barbed wire on. I think too much about that now, ever since I saw that bull jump that fence. Anyway, back to where I was. Well, here's some berries for the, what do you call this? Cedar. Yeah. Anyway, that's got my trailer backed in. I got it can't roll back down because of that tree, so it's in a good spot. Somebody coming. And anyway, I think these are seeds. Oh, look at that one. That branch died for some reason. And then look at all the berries that are falling. Probably got a lot of cedars will be starting to grow around here. I got to get this job done. And now the sun's coming out. And but the little wind's still. Oh, I got to park the truck, and then I got to park the tractor where it normally sets. So we're here by the corner of the garage. Okay, or carport, whatever you want to call it. Okay, that's it for now. I'll be back after I get the truck unhooked. Well, trailer's unhooked. I need to get something a plastic bag or something to cover up all that, the jack and the end, so I don't get too rusty when it rains. Yeah. The plastic bag might fall apart, but at least it'll protect it for a little while. Okay, I'm gonna go find something. I'll do that later. I'm gonna park the truck now. Well, trailer's back in its proper place. Here's a look at that 7-foot sycamore. Yeah, I don't really know why I stopped using it. Maybe it was something in this housing here. Yeah, maybe that was it. I remember fixing something down there. One of those things fell out while I was mowing. I thought I fixed that. But for some reason I stopped using it and started using my dad's 9-footer. I don't remember the reason. Anyway, I thought it was working when I parked it here. So I covered up. I always had the habit of covering up my blade or my sickle bar. Now Dad, whenever he had his stored in the shed, and he always took his sickle bar out every year, and he bought a new one. Every year he bought a new sickle, the whole bar. Me, I just kept using the same. I changed the blades every once in a while when they get dull, but that's about it. Anyway, and here, I like this it's an old bush hog. Oh, it worked real good. Yeah, but my I don't know how, this was years and years ago, I can't remember, but my wife wanted to mow the pasture. So I let her mow the pasture with that John Deere tractor. She was doing a pretty good job. This thing could mow all kinds of big stuff. We mowed those big multi-flower rose bushes, or the old wild rose bushes. But anyway, she don't understand why she did it, but there was we used to feed old hay bales or square bales out in the pasture for the cattle, and there was a hay bale that I put out there, but the cattle didn't eat it all, so it was like a half a bale that wasn't busted up yet, and she don't know why she did it, but she decided, oh, she's going to mow it up. Well, when she ran over it, it busted everything up inside the housing. It broke the main shaft. It broke some of the what do you call those, gears. Yeah, and I tried going everywhere I could think of, tried to get some new parts for it, but nobody could find any parts that would fit this thing. So I just covered it up and left all the broken stuff. Everything's there. So someday, if I ever decide I want to try to fix it again, it's here. The only other thing I could do is try to find another one like it and take off the housing gearbox or the houses all that stuff in there, the gears, and exchange it on this one. But I haven't got into that yet. But here it sits. It's been here for I don't know, 20 years, maybe more, Been here a long time. But I really liked it. Yeah, but I can't blame my wife. I should have told her not to cut something big like that. Anyway, it happened and we got over it. I had to laugh though when she did it. Okay. She was my best helper. She was my only helper. Okay. Gotta go. I'm done for today. Oh no, one more thing. I got to move the tractor back into my parking spot right over there. That's where I park it. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that, and then I'll go in. Yeah, it's a nice day today. Well, tractor's back where it belongs, and I always keep the bale spear covered up so it don't rust, so it slides in better. And there's the bales I moved. Here's the bales I moved this morning. And this is the fence I'm going to hook up. I'm going to hook it up from this post to that post there on the back side of the tire. Yeah, on the back of the rear front tire. Yeah, hook it up to there. I think that'll be far enough away from the bales they won't bother them. And I'm just gonna put one strand because that's all I had over here all summer. I had one strand. See, I didn't keep this trim very good, but I only had one strand there. I had some of them other old rebar posts, but I won't do that over on that one there because they're not going to be in here that long because winter's coming, and I can still do in the spring. I can still run my lawnmower through here, at least here. Then I can turn around there and come back. But I need to clean that up before next year. Cut some of them back. Anyway, that fence used to come across to here, but now it's going to come across here. I'll just leave that fence until next year, and once these bales are gone, I'll rehook this over here. And if I still got bales left over in the spring, when the grass starts growing again in the yard, I'll move whatever's left. Hopefully I'll have those cedar limbs trimmed in the back there on that back side of those cedars, and then I'll move some of them bales back there. Yeah, that's a good place to store them if I could get my tractor in there. Anyway, let's string this one wire. I think I got enough wire there. About time to buy another spool. Okay, let's get to work. Well, the cattle haven't eaten much of this hay here. I thought they'd eat more. Anyway, this is the inside of my barn. Here's the old gravity flow. That's my dad's. But I got a groundhog problem. That's the last of my hay bale, my square bales. A couple here, one over there, two over there. I use them to block when I load something out of here, load an animal out of that pen. That's what I use to lock the door. Anyway, I tried all kinds of things to get rid of these, but I'll keep trying. So I'm gonna have to move all these bales up on top of this. This is the only hay wagon that's still good because I kept it in the shed. The only thing wrong with it is a flat tire. But anyway, my gravity flow's still good, but I brought it over here because I used to haul corn in it from town instead of sack. But now I don't have that many cattle, so I just have them sack up 500 pounds at a time. But I used to get like 2,000 pounds. Put it in there and drive it home and feed it out into buckets. But that's in the olden days. Oh, this is that old manger I built in winter of 89 and 90. Yeah, it was 20 below, but I built this manger during that 20 below temperatures. Because I wanted to get my cattle over here in the spring of 1990. Anyway, that's the feeder that I want to change out with the other. It's got a little dent in it, but it's not broken. Okay, I just came back here to turn the fence back on. That's not a solar charger. That's just an electric charger that I used for the fence around my pasture near my house. Okay, I got to get back to work. Finish that fence. Not sure, but I think these bales are from 2015 or maybe before that, because these were on the bottom. So we put the hay from 2015 on top of everything. So this could be even older than that. But they'll still eat it if I gave it one. I gave them one here not too long ago because it got busted, and they ate it. Well, I finished the fence. I turned the fence back on. I got it hooked up. I got it connected to the other fence there. That's where the power comes from. Then I got this hooked up again like it was before. That's the same. And I decided to go ahead and hook this up even though I didn't need it. But just in case the cattle, I don't see why they would, but just in case, because they'll be able to smell the hay. If they somehow go underneath that fence and get into these hay bales, in other words, if they cross this fence somehow and get on the other side with the bales, they can go around the back side and get out here. So I put a fence here too so they can't get out, just in case they got in there. But I don't think. And for right now, I'm closing that gate anyway, because I want them to get used to seeing the bales from the other side of that fence over there. Once they get used to them over there, then hopefully they'll get used to them over here too, and not bother them. Okay. Anyway, that's all. I'd like to do one more job today. All them weeds there on the other side of that gate, that little pasture there, I thought about mowing it with the lawnmower. I've done it once before, maybe twice before, and because I get tired of walking through all those sticker weeds. What did I do? I heard a goose. Oh yeah. Oh no, that's not a goose. Look at that bird. It's some kind of a water bird, like a heron or something, flying all by itself. There it goes. Up, 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 by. Okay, that's it. Oh, and I put a bag on my on the trailer hitch, and everything's good. The fence is on. That fence is on. Everything's back. I said even though it's on, I still close the gate because I want them to get used to the bales on the other side of that fence there. Okay, I'm going to go in the house and clean up a little bit and decide if I'm going to do any mowing. If the weather's good for it. It's just not too hot, so maybe I'll do that. Yeah, it won't take long. We'll see. Look at that cow down there. Way down there, but that's near that pond. There's another one down that way. Well, I ain't gonna do nothing about that. That's a lost cause here. That's in the pasture. But this area out here, I guess you could call this my orchard and garden area. But I've been letting them eat it. Last year I let them in here because the maple trees were just taking over. I still got some pears on top of that tree. Ooh, cool. I'm gonna mow some of this, not all of it, just along this fence here, and I'm gonna mow up here. Yeah, I'm gonna mow up here. Weather's cool. It's not sunny. Oh, look at those red vines. They're turning red. Climbing up that tree. Yeah, I'm gonna mow this sticker weeds, and I got an old wooden box feeder, and I don't care about the thistle anymore. I'm just gonna mow it. I was gonna pull them out. I might mow around them and then pull them out later, but I don't want to walk around in those sticker weeds until after I mow it. And after I mow it, I'm gonna take that box and I'm gonna flip it over a couple times to get it down there somewhere out of the way. Yeah, I'll move it somewhere. That way it'll make this easier to mow sooner. And I gotta keep an eye out for boards. Some board might have fell off that box feeder. All it is some plywood and 2x4s or something, and I got them bolted together, and I can I could lift a bale with my bale spear. I can lift the bale over the top of it and set it in there real easy. That's what I used to feed with, but I got tired of using it. I'd have to flip it over every time the leftover hay got full. I had to flip it over and put it in a new spot. So now I don't feed bales here. I feed bales down at the bottom of that hill right there. As you go over that hill down into the bottom, at the bottom of the hill is where I feed hay now to these cows. It's out of the way and it's easy for them to get to. Okay, I'm going to mow this. I just wanted a wider view on before, and then I'll take another video after I get done. And here's the view from the other side near the road. Here's a view of the bales. I don't have that fence hooked up there because I wasn't planning to hook it up to there. I would have that on, but I got it hooked up over there where that red wire comes down. So it's on. So that other fence is on too. And I said, this is my before I mow. I ain't going back in there. It's too wet. But I'll mow where I can. They keep most of the grass cut pretty short. Yeah, well, if I get going, I think it's getting late. Yeah. There's the bales on this side. This is the old wood wagon here. Wooden axle. Another auction fly. Okay, let's start mowing. Well, it looks a little better after I mowed it. That's all I mowed was a strip right here next between here and there. And then I mowed up there too. How about that? Well, I finished mowing this too, but I tried to miss the thistle over there and this Jimson weed here because those are too tough to mow with my lawnmower. The stems are like wood, and besides, I didn't want to. All those brown seed pods, they all got black seeds in them. I want to pull them out or chop them off and dump them in the pond where they won't grow. Same thing over there with that box. I'll move that box some other time because it just started to rain as I was finishing the mowing. It's just a light drizzle, just a few drops here and there. Yeah, I'll come back with a big knife and cut them out, or no, I'll get my shears. I'll get my tree shears, the big ones. That way I don't knock as many seeds off when I cut it. And I'll cut it close to the ground so I don't run it over again. Then there's some big ones over there too. I might even need a saw. One of them I was able to pull out because it was in that soily, black soil stuff, because that's all from old hay that was fed. It turned to soil. So yeah, it looks good. I can walk through it now without getting stickers on my legs. I said there's some tall Jimson weeds in there. One I pulled out and put it inside the box. The other one I couldn't pull out, so I'll saw it off or shear it off, something. Okay. Yeah, that box feeder's seen better days. I think altogether, I think I built 3 of them. And I got one that's all tore apart. It's over there by that old creep feeder. And there's another one somewhere. I don't know where it is, but anyway, I got this one. This was the last one that I was using, but it fell apart eventually. And I got to be careful because there's probably screws falling out everywhere. Anyway, I'm gonna move it one of these days. There you can see how much it's raining. Just a few drops. See the little drops on the pond? Yeah. Well, this tree here, this tree was funny. The tree that blew over, that was a mulberry, and the other one is also mulberry, but this one was bigger, and this one, the one that fell over, always had berries on it, mulberries on it in the spring. But for some reason, that mulberry there never ever, it still has never had mulberries on it. I know it's a mulberry, but it just don't have any berries on it. I wonder if it's a male. I wonder if they have male and female. But anyway, it still has never produced any berries. But I leave it there for shade for the cows. Oh, that tree there blew over. When that tree got bent, when that gate got bent from some tree that got blown over and blown against it, on top of it, or blown against it by a strong wind, it also blew this over. Yeah. Anyway, that's another story too. Oh, did I tell you? Tell you about when a long time ago. Yeah. I parked my tractor up there, up on the over by this, a little higher up there, like where those, like past that big tree. Yeah, I'd parked there. It was facing down a little bit. It's just a little slight downhill here. I thought I had it in park, but after I got off the tractor, because I turned it off and put it in park, turned it off. But I guess I forgot to turn my wheels to one side. So, but anyway, it came out of gear, came out of something, came out of park, came out of whatever, and it rolled down. This wagon wasn't here at the time. And it rolled down that hill. I tried to catch it. I tried to chase it and grab it, but I was too slow. And luckily, this tree was smaller back then. That tree was smaller, and luckily but it was still big enough to catch the tractor. Ran right over that tree, over the front axles, went over the front tree, held it up a little bit, and then but the front end was still in the water, but it didn't go down all the way into the water. Part of the engine was submerged, but not all of it. Anyway, I was able to get my neighbor to bring his big tractor, and we pulled it out within a couple hours maybe. Anyway, all they had to do was take out the spark plugs and make sure everything was good, and dried out the distributor. I don't know if the distributor got wet or not. I can't remember. But anyway, I got it running again. So anyway, now whenever I park it up there somewhere, I either aim it toward a tree, or aim the tire toward a tree, or cock the wheels, turn the wheels away, so if it does come out of gear, it's going to turn away from going downhill. But normally I don't leave it parked too many places. Like when I parked it right there temporarily, I cocked the wheels that way. That way, if it did roll back, it would roll back, and then turn toward the house. Anyway, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, here's the other view from the other side. I didn't mow that down. I'll probably cut that and throw it in the pond too. It's already going to seed, and I guess in the big scheme of things, without humans here, that would be bird food. Birds would be able to eat that. But since I don't like it, I should be cutting it down before it gets that big, or goes to seed. But I just never get around to it. I keep thinking about it, but I never do it. Anyway, that's about it for today. I got more done than I thought. And like I said, it's raining now, so I better go in. Okay. I had a productive day. My main objective was to get that tire changed and the bales unloaded. Those 2 bales unloaded and the tire changed on the trailer. And then I had time and the weather was nice, so I mowed all this weeds here. Now I can walk around a little better. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna call it a day. Job well done too. Okay, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.